Welcome back. In today's video, we will be going over the mythic encounter, Lords of Dread. Specifically, this video will go over everything a tank needs to know in order to defeat this boss. Mechanics that do not directly or indirectly affect the tank will not be discussed in this video. Before pulling, it is suggested you pick one tank to be the leader and the co-tank to be the follower. This will be extremely valuable when you move the bosses to ensure you do not get extra stacks of the taunt swap mechanic and to make sure melee do not get hit by the frontal cleaves. To start, we suggest you tank the boss close to the edge of the room. This will maximize the area in which you get to fight the bosses. Both Contessa and Mal'Ganis have a Frontal Cleave. Contessa's Frontal Cleave is called Anguishing Strike. This will do a large amount of physical damage to the tank currently tanking her, as well as anyone in front of her. In addition, the target's hit will have a bleed that does moderate physical damage over 18 seconds. Mal'Ganis' Frontal Cleave is called Leeching Claws. This frontal strike will do a large amount of physical damage to anyone in front of him, while also applying the debuff Opened Wounds for 20 seconds. Anyone with the debuff Opened Wounds that is hit a second time will heal Mal'Ganis for 10% of his life. As a result, the two tanks should swap every Leeching Claws strike. This ensures that Mal'Ganis does not heal for 10% of his life. Moreover, the two tanks should position themselves in a way whereas neither of them get hit by the opposite boss's frontal, while also facing each boss away from the melee. It is suggested to do a V-shaped formation, with both bosses stacked on top of each other and the two tanks creating a V shape. Throughout the fight, Contessa will also use the ability Slumber Cloud. This will target one melee and one ranged player and put a purple cloud underneath them. As a result, every Slumber Cloud ability cast, the tank should move the boss far enough away from the cloud where melee have enough room to attack the boss. It is also noted that these Slumber Clouds do move around the room a slight bit, so making sure you are far enough away from the boss whereas the Slumber Clouds do not move into melee is crucial. At 100 energy, Mal'Ganis and Contessa will do the abilities Swarm of Decay and Swarm of Darkness. During this time, mini defensives can be used to help the healers. Also, this is the time when you want to use your offensive cooldowns. The swarms occur roughly every 2 minutes, so save your longer cooldowns for this part of the fight, as the bosses take 100% increased damage. After each swarm, Mal'Ganis and Contessa will have their abilities enhanced with Aura of Carrion and Aura of Shadows. These auras will alternate every swarm. During Aura of Carrion, Mal'Ganis will shoot Clouds of Carrion from his model every time he uses the ability Clouds of Carrion. This is crucial that tanks dodge this mechanic, as if they are hit, they will require a melee or ranged DPS come take the debuff off of them, which may result in deaths due to the frontal cones. Moreover, this will increase the overall raid damage, leading to more wipes than intended. During Aura of Shadows, each player must be within 8 yards of another player, or they will become horrified. This mechanic can be easily dealt with by standing within 8 yards of your co-tank. Make sure that you are not also being hit by the frontal cone when you are standing within 8 yards of your frontal tank. If you are playing a Blood Death Knight, this mechanic is specifically for you. Mal'Ganis will spawn an incoherent shadow that has 0 life. Every time this ad casts its ability, it will heal for 13% of its health. This ad will cast 8 times, and once it reaches 100% energy, a Death Knight needs to grip the ad into the boss. If you are Blood Death Knight, this is crucial that you do so, as the DPS DKs will be attacking the boss and will need to turn around to death grip it in. If you do not have a Blood Death Knight in your group, a DPS DK will need to do this instead. The last major mechanic in this encounter is Infiltration of Dread, or better known as Among Us. Although this mechanic is a major part of the fight, tanks will not be able to help do it. Tanks are never the hidden demon and can never see the hidden demons. As a result, during this mechanic, tanks should stay clear of other players and help by killing the targets that the raid states are the Dreadlords. And that is everything tanks will need to know in order to defeat the mythic encounter Lords of Dread. If you found this guide useful, make sure to share it with a friend, and make sure to like and comment and subscribe for future mythic raid guides and other videos.